Began February 16th, President's Day 2015.
And the goal and what is the mission of this?
The mission is bringing law enforcement, first responders, and communities together through orchestrated programs, so we can heal some of the misgivings that we have in the country and bring our country back together.
Now you gave us a story about how you saw so much conflict with the police departments, sheriff's departments, DPS, and tell me about how that stirred you and what made you go into this direction.
Well, again, my first exposure was in New York, where I saw marchers coming down the street saying, "What do you want, dead cops? When do you want them? Right now." And I knew that was not the America that I grew up in, nor is it the America that I want to continue on without trying to change that narrative. So headed back to Dallas, contacted our chief of police and our mayor and asked them to be a participant in this effort that I was going to start, and worked for about another 6 weeks, and came up with Operation Blue Shield.
And tell me how this is going to be in operation, how this is going to work.
Well, Operation Blue Shield, the first chapter's in Dallas, Texas, and as we grow, we will pick cities strategically that we can support. Again, we have a resolution of support from our governor, that is Greg Abbott, our House and our Senate, and we are actually being studied as an interim charge as well. So that allows us, as I've mentioned before, to go to other governors across the United States and take our programs into those areas. So again, our goal is to grow slowly. We're less than 10 months old, and we want to make sure that we do this right. It's important for people to understand our message is extraordinarily serious. We need to make sure that our message is what the young people in this country hear. We also know that lives are lost every day, and our goal is to make sure that we bring that to a halt. So we've got communities and law enforcement working together.
And besides PSAs, what other ways do you want to see Operation Blue Shield?
Well, certain things that we're doing right now. We've got church swaps where we take and ask preachers to exchange pulpits, and then they in turn, a month or two later, they actually will take their kindergarten classes or their 8, 9, and 10-year-olds, and then they swap in those churches. And just imagine the lines of communication that go back and forth between the churches when you do that. We've got a thing that we've designed for young children called Murdoch's Army, which allows young people to go on our website and become a member. And then they in turn can take some of the coloring contests that we will promote, which even give lessons in how do you cross the street, if you're in danger, who you should be contacting. It's a good teaching tool for them. We've got corporate clients who have in the past raised and collected water to give to the police officers, who in turn put them in their police cars, and as they travel throughout the city, particularly in the summertime, they're able to take those bottles and hand them off to citizens and say, "Here, you're no different than I am, it's awfully hot, have a bottle of water or Gatorade." So we've got three other programs beyond that. They have been vetted in Dallas, they work. We've got people contacting us on a regular basis to volunteer, and we've got people who are also contacting us, asking us to come to their city as soon as possible.
Are you asking for donations?
We are asking for donations. Thank you for asking. You can go to www.operationblueshield.com. Please make a donation. We do send you a very nice swag gift, which has a ribbon, which I encourage you to put around a tree, a gate, your car, whatever. It's blue and yellow. You also will get a lapel ribbon. You will get a sticker for your car, your computer, your book, and also a pretty darn nifty hat clip that goes on a baseball hat. But those are visible outward signs that our law enforcement and first responders can see, So if you have our vinyl sticker on your car, then that tells an officer that you want to make a change in this country and that you are backing him, and then that in turn just starts the dialogue going forward in a positive way.
Why is this important for you? Why do you see the conflicts? What makes you, how do you make you feel?
I can tell you for a fact that I am extremely excited of the response that we've received in 10 months. And we have had a couple of case histories which have changed lives. So it's important. When you have, as I did on May the 12th, I had a busload of individuals who left Dallas, who drove all the way to Austin at 4:45 in the morning, dressed in blue and yellow clothes, to stand in the gallery when the governor, the House, and the Senate gave us a resolution of support. Then you know you're doing something right. They also took their children out of school because they said, this is history. This is the message we've been waiting on. This is a message we understand where we can now control our destiny in our neighborhoods, but it begins with us. So they got the message. That makes me feel good.
Any other questions?
What can people do right now? To start? I mean, obviously, starts kind of with us to spread the word, but
it does.
What would you ultimately want us to share to get this started?
I would like for you to send our message around to anyone and everyone. So send it to 10 of your friends and send our website to 10 of their friends, on and on. Ask people to donate. The tax-free donations, again, you can designate if you want them to go back into your community or allow us to put them into programs as we grow. I think it's necessary in the current environment of our country that we all do the right thing, because again, we're all in this together, which is our logo. The swags that you receive say, I'm all in, so it again makes it personal. But we have to pull together, particularly in these trying times that we find ourselves. Anyone else?
Mr. Pickens, for the when I do the story, the swags is not going to translate very well in Spanish. So exactly, what are we getting at when you say swags?
When you the package of things that you get once you make a donation, you'll get a 3-foot or maybe 4-foot ribbon, blue and yellow. You will get a lapel ribbon like the one I have on. You will also get the hat clip as well as the vinyl sticker. So those are items that we want people to show in the community. That's important. And then again, the donation allows us to move our programs forward.
On Operation Blue Shield, to make the donation, but you don't have like another contact, like a phone number?
There is a phone number they can call. But it's pretty easy to make an online contribution. Now, I will say this. In Dallas, police departments do take cash donations for us, and then they in turn give the swag packages out. That takes a little bit of coordination, but I'm also aware that some people don't have credit cards and they don't have checking accounts, but they want to participate. So we'll make it as easy as we can with enough notification.
My final question is, I know you had a positive story in there about the black man, 43 years old, that is all in. That encourages you, but I guess you're getting a positive feedback as it's growing a groundswell, right?
Oh my goodness, yes. When people contact us, or they'll honk with their horns when they see the I'm all in on the back of my car. I think the other thing that's real heartwarming to me is to have a police officer walk up to me, recognize the lapel ribbon, and say thank you, because this is something that's helping me. And keep in mind, our law enforcement community today is in many cities and states in this country are being mistreated to the point of people actually, will yell at them or spit at them when they are walking into restaurants. That's not helping anyone. We want to turn that around. And we don't want our youth growing up thinking that this is okay to do, because it is not. So they're there to protect us. We have a lot of things coming towards America nowadays that may not be real good for us. We cannot lose the support of our law enforcement officers. They're critical to our safety. The other thing I will close with, remember for those of you who, again, are as old as I am, the Vietnam veterans, when they first came home after the Vietnam War, were not well thought of. That's what our law enforcement officers today feel like. They feel no differently. So when I'm dealing with Navy SEALs or Vietnam veterans, I remind them of how they felt when they came home from the war. Let's not do this to our law enforcement officers. This is a good way to turn that message around. Thank you all.
Thank you.